Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is a solved question paper of BHU 2016 question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 2. Coming to the first question. According to the United Soil Classification, a soil described as a GW is A. Well-graded gravel or gravel sand mixture with no or few fines. B. Poorly graded gravel or gravel sand mixture with no or few fines. And C. Coarse clayey gravel. And D. Organic silt of low plasticity. The correct option is it is a well-graded gravel or gravel sand mixture with no or few fines. According to the United Soil Classification, a soil is described as a GW, that is, it's a well-graded gravel. And gravel sand mixtures with little or no fines. The presence of the fines must not notably change the strength characteristics of the coarse grain fraction and must not interfere with its free draining characteristics. So according to the United Soil Classification, a soil is described as a GW when well-graded gravel or gravel sand mixture with no or few fines. Next question. What are the characteristics of Arkose? Characteristics of Arkose are A. Coarse sandstone, B. 0.06 to 2 millimeters, and C. It is made of quartz and feldspar, and D. All of the above. So the characteristics of Arkose are all like it is a coarse sandstone and it is size, it ranges from 0.06 to 2 millimeters and it is made of quartz and feldspar. So that's why D is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following exhibits a spherical symmetry of fabric? A. Spherulites, B. Geodes, C. Oolites, D. All of the above. So the correct option is D. All of the above, like spherulites, geodes, oolites. They all exhibit spherical symmetry of fabric. Spherulite, a spherical body. So these are generally occurring in glassy rocks, especially silica-rich rhyolites. And geodes are spherical or oblong rocks. These are filled or partially filled with minerals. And woolite, any sedimentary rock, especially limestone, consisting of tiny spherical concentric grains with a fine matrix. So all of the above exhibits spherical symmetry. So D is the correct option. Next question. Fossil fecal pellets of ancient animals are described as A. Gastroliths, B. Coproliths, C. Beakite rings, D. Pseudofossils. So fossil fecal pellets of ancient animals are known as coproliths. So B is the correct option. Next question. The most favorable environment for the preservation of fossils is A. Terrestrial, B. Lacustrine, C. Fluvial, D. Marine. So marine conditions are the most favorable environment for the preservation of fossils. In general, marine and transitional shoreline environments, they are more favorable for the fossil preservation than the continental environments because the rate of sediment deposition tends to be higher. So D. Marine is the correct option. Next question. Which of the following is not a living fossil? A. Lingula, B. Nucula, C. Nautilus, and D. Nummulites. So the correct option is D. Nummulites. Nummulites are protists from the phylum Granulotericulosa and the class Foraminifera and also called Foraminiferida, and it is not a living fossil. Next question. Man's hand, bat's wing and seal's flipper, they are all examples of A. Analogous organs, B. Homologous organs, and C. Vestigial organs, and D. Homeomorphs. So the correct option is B. Homologous organs. Homologous structures are parts of the body that are similar in structure to other species comparative parts, and these similarities are evidence that life on the earth has a common ancient ancestor that the diverse species have evolved from over time. For example, the flipper of a whale, the wing of a bat and the human arm, all these are examples of homologous organs. B is the correct option. Next question. Geologic processes like deposition are extremely slow. About how long did it take place to deposit all the sedimentary rocks that are found along the sides of Grand Canyon? A. 3000 years, B. 3 million years, C. 300 million years, and D. 3 billion years. So the correct option is 300 million years. So geological processes like deposition are extremely slow, and the layered series of sedimentary rocks which are exposed in the Grand Canyon, Arizona, it's almost 2000 meters thickness, and it was deposited over a period of 300 million years. So C is the correct option. Next question. What is meant by the term chronological sequence? Choices are: it is one of the it is one of the principles of stratigraphy used to determine relative ages. B, it refers to the absolute ages of the rocks. And C, it is the geological time scale that we use to characterize the ages of all rocks. And D, it is the order that the things happened in geologic history. The term chronological sequence means chronological sequence, it is the older than the things happened in the geological history. Chronological sequence is the science of arranging the time in periods and ascertaining the dates and historical order of past events. So D is the correct option. Next question. In stratigraphy, the principle of stratigraphic superposition states that A, all sedimentary beds start off being horizontal, and B, all sedimentary beds are separated by bedding planes, and C, a sedimentary bed younger than the bed above it and older than the bed below it, and D, a sedimentary bed is older than the bed above it and younger than the bed below it. So the principle of stratigraphic superposition states that a sedimentary bed is older than the bed above it and younger than the bed below it. One of the major principles of stratigraphy is that within the sequence of layers of sedimentary rock, the oldest layer is at the base, and the layers are progressively younger with the ascending order in the sequence. So this is termed as the law of superposition and is one of the great general principles of geology. So D is the correct option. Next question. The first vertebrates appeared during A, Cambrian, B, Ordovician, C, Silurian, and D, Devonian. So the correct option is the first vertebrates have appeared during Ordovician period. So the Ordovician period, it has lasted almost 45 million years, beginning 488.3 million years ago and ending 443.7 million years ago. The Ordovician is best known for its diverse marine invertebrates, including graptolites, trilobites, brachiopods, and the conodonts. These are known as early vertebrates. So the first vertebrates appeared during Ordovician. B is the correct option. Next question. The foraminifera belong to the class A, Sarcodina, B, Sporozoa, C, Flagellata, and D, Mastigophora. The foraminiferas belong to the class Sarcodina. Foraminifera, the common name for the members of the class Foraminifera, these are the large shelled amoeboid protozoans belonging to the phylum Sarcodina, and most foraminiferan shells are calcareous, but some are siliceous and others are built of sand grains. The foraminifera belong to the class Sarcodina. A is the correct option. Next question. In graptolites, hand parts are made up of A, silica, B, calcium carbonate, C, chitin, and D, calcarenites. In graptolites, the hard parts are made up of chitin. Most plants and animals, they have the hard parts capable of becoming fossilized. So these include shells, teeth, bones, and woody tissues of plants. These hard parts are composed of substances such as calcite, calcium phosphate, silica, and chitin, which are capable of resisting weathering and chemical reaction. So C, chitin is the correct. Next question. The Bravais lattice of NaCl structure is A, P-cell, B, body-centered, C, face-centered, D, base-centered. So the Bravais lattice of NaCl structure is face-centered. Many materials exist in the sodium chloride or rock salt crystal structure, in addition to many of the halides including AgCl, KBr, LiF, lithium fluoride, sodium iodide. Many ceramics including magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, zircon carbide, and zircon bromide, they have the NaCl structure. The NaCl structure is based on the face-centered cubic Bravais lattice with a basis of two atoms, which are at the face-centered cubic lattice, and two atoms of NaCl structure. So the Bravais lattice of NaCl structure is face-centered. C is the correct option. Next question. Gastropods exhibit A, bilateral symmetry, B, biradial symmetry, C, radial symmetry, and D, asymmetry. So the gastropods or the gastropods, they are more commonly known as snails and slugs. These are a large taxonomic class within the phylum Mollusca. All gastropods are asymmetrical and have helical shells. So gastropods exhibit asymmetry. D is the correct option. Next question. Squids are present-day representatives of A, brachiopods, B. cephalopods, C. gastropods, and D. pelicipod. Squids are the present representatives of cephalopods. The vampire squid is the single living representative of the cephalopod group known as the vampiromorpha, and it is a small gelatinous species that occurs in the mesopelagic to bathypelagic depths, typically between 600 to 1200 meters depth in temperate and tropical waters of Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean. So squids are representative of cephalopods. Next question. Consider the following characteristics. 1. High relief. B. Pale yellow to brown pleochroism. And C. Parallel extinction. And 4. Weak birefringes. So, by considering the following characteristics, which one of the following mineral has the above mentioned characteristic? A. Biotite. B. Hornblende. C. Olivine. D. Starolite. So, the correct option is Starolite. So, Starolite has it has a high relief and it has a pale yellow to brown pleochroism, parallel extinction and weak birefringence. Starlite is a metamorphic mineral which is common in medium grade micaceous and gneisses. Next question. A rhombohedron has A. Vertical symmetry planes, B. Horizontal symmetry planes and C. Diagonal symmetry planes, D. No symmetry plane. A rhombohedron has vertical symmetry planes. Rhombohedron is the typical form of trigonal system. It has 3 planes of symmetry. It is a parallelepiped bounded by 6 rhombohedral, and that means 6 rhombi such that the opposite faces are congruent. Rhombohedron has vertical symmetry planes. Next question. Mineral with varying hardness is A. Fluorite, B. Barytes, C. Kyanite and D. None of the above. So, mineral with varying hardness is known as a kyanite. So, that's why this is also known as a dysthene. Means it has a hardness ranging from 4.5 to 7 on the Mohs scale, and it has its kyanite has a 4.5 to 5 on the Mohs scale, which is parallel to its longer axis, and it exhibits 6 to 7 hardness on the Mohs scale, which is perpendicular to the long axis. So, that's why the mineral with varying hardness is kyanite. It's also known as a dysthene. C is the correct option. Next question. The wavelength of red light is, the choices are A. 560 nanometers, B. 470 nanometers, C. 730 nanometers and D. 650 nanometers. The correct option is 650 nanometers. The wavelength of the visible red light is about 650 nanometers, and this red light has the longest wavelength of all the other colors in the color spectrum. Hope you have learned some important questions from this part 2 of BHU 2016 question paper, and hope you will follow this channel for other questions and other important aspects. Thank you for your time.